Hello, I am Robert, and you're welcome here in my biz little shop. On today's episode of What's on My Workbench, I wanted to take a little bit of time and share some thoughts, I guess somewhat of a review of my leather tooling classes that I took in Prescott, Arizona this week. Don Gonzales was the teacher on both of those classes. And so the first one was a beginner floral carving class. And I'll show you the pattern we worked on and my end result and talk a little bit about that. And then the second one was it was a more advanced, it was listed for intermediate to advanced students. And it was a depth and realism class on floral carving. And we talked a lot about how to, really help the flower petals and the vines get more defined. So once I have reviewed this a little bit here, as we get a closer look at the project, then I'm going to talk about Don Gonzales as a teacher and my thoughts on taking these classes. I'm glad you're here in the shop today. So to get started in class, Don had set up and had our leather that we were going to be using at each station, water and some instructions here. And he started off with this, what he had as a practice cut sheet. And the idea was to work on making some of these repetitive cuts and kind of learning and getting some of that memorization in there. But the other thing he wanted to do was, I could figure this out later, was he was really trying to evaluate where each person was and what coaching that they needed, and also to find out the condition of the tool that they were using. And he didn't care what swivel knife you had, but he wanted to make sure that the blade was sharp. And so he came around and made sure of that. And then he wanted to make sure the next thing, once he looked at each one, was to figure out where you were struggling with. And my first thing was I was cutting like these first cuts here, and I didn't start off deep. And he's like, you need to bury the blade so that you start off deep there, because you're going to be tooling along that line, and that's where you start. So you want to start off deep. But the other thing was that by having your blade further into the leather, you get a little bit more of a resistance, and you're not like skating along on the top. And it's easier to make a more fluid cut if it's deeper. So this isn't to try to teach you how to floral carve. That's not my thing. I just wanted to explain a little bit about that process. Once we got that done, we had some patterns that he gave here, and we traced those onto our leather panels. And we were given panels like this that were Hermann Oak Leather. And he really likes the Hermann Oak Leather because of the color definition. When you use the tool and set it in the leather, the act of doing that creates these dark colors called burnishing. And some leathers give better burnish definition than others. And if you're going to do the floral carving, you want it to stand out. So I worked on a couple of different panels here, and this was really all we did. These first cuts here, you can see how these cuts here really stand out more because we start deep with those. So we did a lot of practice cuts, and then we transferred the paper pattern onto tracing film or vellum, depending on what you were using, with a stylus on it. And then we went ahead and did our cuts. And he explained a lot about which cuts come first, because that's important as well. So like I said, I'm not trying to show you how to tool. I don't presume to show you that. I'll show you how I tooled. So this was my day one tooling. And I started over here, and I had a few things that I didn't like so much. So then I went ahead and retraced and went again. And this was my tooling from day one. And may not look like it, but there's about 4 hours of time between these and this. And there was a lot of him showing us on his panels how to do it and answering questions. The class size was 15, and that's a nice size class. He got around to us. If you got to a point where you were stopped, if you just kind of catch his attention, he'd come right over and answer questions. So he was very engaged with each and every person and did a good job of teaching each person individually according to where they're at in that adventure as well. So So then day 2 was a more advanced class, and we had a more advanced pattern that we were working on, and this was the panel here. And we went through kind of the same process again. By then he had us work on a panel, and this was our panel that morning. And same practice sheet, going through and doing it, and you can see my cuts. They're not perfect, but I started off, deeper, and one of the learned areas here that I kept working on is trying to get this quick turn here, so that it really helps define that little bit of a nook there. Here's one that's not quite the same. You can see when you really get it, it really looks nice. And these are the cuts that you'll use. These types of cuts is what you'll use through the whole process. So this was our pattern, and we transferred it over to leather, and this was my end result. So now I think it looks really good. I'm proud of how it came out. I guess if you want to type comments on it, that's fine, to criticize it or make recommendations, because I'm okay with that. That's how we learn. Once again, this is day 2. The class size was 15 again, and this was a full day class. We went from 9 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon. You could take a break at lunch, but most of us just kind of futzed along and worked through there. I brought an apple to eat at lunchtime. So anyway, so we get into here, and this is the panel that I created. I already said that, but there's a lot of what we call lifting, and that helps to create this definition in the pattern here. And once again, I'm not trying to teach you how to do it or show you how to do it. I mean, I can look at this, I see all my errors, and I'm anxious to go ahead and grab another piece of leather and do that. But I had so much to unpack here from the trip. I just wanted to jump in here with this first video. So as much as Don's personality on his YouTube channel, I don't know if some of my viewers today, they're not into Leathercraft. They just follow along. They find it interesting, but some people are. So if you're into Leathercraft, you probably know who Don Gonzales is. But his personality that he has on his YouTube channel and every place else, I mean, it's true through. Don is a real class act person. He really cares. He worked to try to figure out each person, get to know you as much as you can in the beginner class of 4 hours or a full day on the intermediate and advanced. He did a really good job of encouraging, and wasn't afraid to jump in and say, hey, these are some areas that you can work on and get better. There was a time or two where he would actually, on your piece, would kind of show you a different move. So there's a few strikes and cuts on here that belong to Don as well. But it was a great experience. And, it'd be nice if everybody had access to Don on that. You can watch some of his videos. And I haven't watched every one of his videos. I started watching Don's videos a couple of years ago. And, I don't know if he's got anywhere he's really in depth on working on this, but he does have an online course that he teaches where you pay a certain amount for his access to his videos. And then you actually, for a limited period of time after you've signed up for that, is you'll do the work that he's talking about, and then you send him photos, and then he does kind of the same critique, tells you some things that maybe that you need to work on to do a little bit different, so that there's this back and forth. And so it may be that you're not in his neck of the woods. If you are, obviously I think face-to-face is a great place there. So coming up, Don is going to have some more face-to-face classes in Sheridan. I don't know if he has classes in Waco. I would imagine that he probably does have classes this coming up August there in Waco, Texas. But in Sheridan, he'll be doing classes. If it's not filled up, I would say if you have interest in floral carving and you can get there, I think that it's worth the money paid, and I think you'd come away with a good experience. So I'm rambling on here. I'll wrap that up here. But I want to start off and kind of unpack. I had a really good time up in Prescott. We actually came back a little bit early because I had gone up early in the week to take the 2 classes, and then we had the trade show portion of it where you can purchase from different vendors there. And it didn't take me long. I spent my budget of money on Friday, so we came home late Friday. So anyway, I'll just wrap up here. I appreciate you taking time to watch my video. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. I've got a bunch of other stuff here that I acquired while I was in Prescott, and I'll try to put them in some semblance of order and get those out to you. Appreciate you being here. Please like, share, and subscribe.